Hey everybody, it's Jason Oaf, Vice President of Project Management, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a concept called situational leadership. Situational leadership means choosing the right leadership style for the right people in the right situations. So situational leadership means adjusting your leadership style as needed. Leaders recognize the career development stages of their employees and adjust their management style to each situation they find themselves in with their employees. Employee development can generally be categorized by 4 levels using 2 different categories. The first category is the ability to execute a task, which we will call their competence, and the willingness and follow through to execute on those tasks, which we will call commitment. I want to make a note here. Employee development levels can move upward and downward even within the same employee because of life events that might be happening to them. So that makes it even more important to pay attention to how your employees' competence and commitment levels currently are so that you can adjust your management style to them. Now, the 4 different employee development levels each have a matching leadership style, and we're going to talk about that during this presentation. So first, let's talk about the employee development levels. Development level 1 is a team member that has low competence but a high commitment to performing their tasks. Now, this might be somebody like a new employee, somebody that's just out of college, or somebody that's new in their role. They don't really know how to execute their role well yet, but they're excited about the tasks and they have a high commitment to performing them. Let's talk about development level 2. Now, development level 2 is considered to be higher than level 1. They have developed some competence, perhaps medium competence, but for some reason they have a low commitment to tasks. Now, this can happen when somebody starts to get a little bit bored with the ins and outs of their daily routine and might need a little bit more challenge. And people that are in this situation with a low commitment toward their tasks need to be managed a little bit differently than an employee who's at a development level 1. Let's talk about development level 3. Now, this is a higher level than level 2, obviously. This team member has got high competence, but variable commitment to their tasks. Sometimes they show a lot of dedication toward doing their job, other times not so much. And this is typical of a lot of different people according to their life circumstances. Maybe there's something happening in their personal life and it affects their performance at work or their commitment to their tasks. Even though they're very good at their job, can be good at their job, they might not always be as committed to their tasks. So this is also going to call for a slightly different management style. And finally, there's employee development level 4. This is who we all want to work with. This is a person that has high competence and a high commitment to tasks. And believe it or not, there's a management style for this level of employee as well, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Now, why would we want to use situational leadership at all? Ken Blanchard, who is a leadership theorist, said that in the past, a leader was a boss. Today's leaders can no longer lead solely based upon their positional power. And I think a lot of us are finding this to be true, especially as we get younger people in the workforce, because there are generational differences where they ask a lot more questions about why are we doing things this way? This strategy encourages leaders to assess their team members' strengths and their areas for growth, to weigh the variables in the workplace, and to choose the leadership style that best fits their team members' performance and their circumstances. All team members have different changing work capabilities and attitude during their career development. So it follows that they would need different management styles at different times during their career development. Now, what does a situational leader need to be successful as a situational leader? Insight. First off, the situational leader must be able to understand the needs of the people that follow them, then adjust his or her management style to meet those needs. Secondly, you'll need flexibility. A situational leader must be able to move seamlessly from one type of leadership style to another based upon the person that you're managing or the situation that you're managing. You also need trust. The leader must be able to gain his or her followers' trust and confidence. And this is true of all of the leadership styles and really what makes a good leader in all circumstances. Problem solving. The situational leader must be able to solve problems such as how to get a job done using the best leadership style available according to the needs of your employees. And finally, coaching. The situational leader must be able to evaluate the maturity and the competence of their followers and then apply the right strategy to enhance the follower and their career growth. So let's get into the leadership styles. A telling leader matches development level 1. Now, remember that a level 1 team member has got low competence but a high commitment to performing their tasks. So a telling leader needs to use specific guidance and close supervision for this type of employee. They need to explain how they want the tasks done and when they want them done. These leaders make decisions and communicate them to their staff. They create the roles and the objectives and expect others to accept the objectives that have been given. Communication with this leadership style is usually one way. Weekly status meetings are run by the leader, and as needed to check task progress by either having an additional status meeting or following up with a status email request. Now, a selling leader is style number 2, and that matches development level number 2 for the employee. Remember, a level 2 team member has got some competence at their job, but a lower commitment to performing their tasks. So we need to adjust the way we manage this type of employee. The selling leadership style. Selling leaders explain and persuade their staff toward meeting the end goal. It's because they have a lower commitment to tasks. And the way people think today, generally you have to explain to them the reasons why and persuade them the reasons why so that they'll have an understanding of their part in reaching the end goal. Now, these leaders may create the roles and objectives for others, but they're also open to suggestions and listening to the opinions of their staff because they do possess some competence. These leaders sell their ideas to gain others' commitment to perform their tasks. They follow up regularly to check task progress, not just in weekly status meetings. Now, a participating leader matches development level 3 for a team member. Remember, a level 3 team member has got moderate to high performance, but variable commitment to tasks. So the participating leadership style is described as a participating leader shares and facilitates with their team. That's because these people have moderate to high competence, so we're going to trust them a little bit further. These leaders leave decisions to their followers, and although they may participate in the decision-making process, the ultimate choice is left to employees, which may sound like a little bit of a hard pill to swallow, but remember that we're working with people here that have got moderate to high competence at doing their jobs. Now, these leaders generally check in weekly and lead status update meetings themselves. And that's going to be a little bit different for development level number 4. Now, a delegating leader matches development level number 4. Remember that a level 4 team member has got both high competence and a high commitment to performing their tasks, so they're going to need to be managed a little bit differently. In the delegating leadership style, Delegating leaders let others do the work. These leaders are responsible for their teams, yes, but they provide minimum guidance to workers on how to solve their problems. They may be asked from time to time with help with making a decision or perhaps getting budgetary approval, but the rest of the time they entrust their workers to come up with their own solutions. And these leaders check in weekly with their staff, but generally the employees lead the status meetings because the employees know what they're working on, what they need from you, what status updates you need, and these employees are generally capable of running the status meetings themselves. So this is all I had to talk about with situational leadership today. I hope you found this useful and you will be able to apply it to your own leadership styles. Once again, my name is Jason Oaf and I'm the Vice President of Project Management. I'd love it if you wanted to reach out to me on my cell phone at 773-895-4211 to discuss anything that I presented today. And I want to thank you very much for your time and attention. Take care now.